G'day fellow moto vloggers, excuse me, Bandit Nev on Smoky, the Suzuki Bandit. Good news everyone! If you don't know who that was, well that was Professor Farnsworth, my interpretation of such. So what's the good news folks? Well, it's Saturday afternoon, quite chilly I might add, and a Ruby sold this morning. Yes, Ruby has gone to a new home, and the person who bought it should be very, very happy because I looked after it. And they should get many kilometres of good riding and fault-free riding, because they are a bit of a bulletproof motor. So yeah, Ruby's gone to its new home, and I have basically what I've always wanted was another Bandit, fuel injected, like this one. Always did like Graham's bike. He had a 1250, I think it was a 2012, but it was the FA model, which was a full fairing. And he only got rid of it because of financial reasons, or else he probably wouldn't have got rid of it. So now I can reveal all the changeover price, etc. Just before I do that, I had a chat with Mr. TRP the other day. He called in because he was in the area and we had a bit of a chat. He wanted to see Ruby. He noticed it was for sale there and he come in to see it. And he wanted to know what kind of price I got this one for, etc. And I said I don't really want to reveal all that until Ruby's sold. And I hope he didn't take offence to that, but he didn't have to wait long to find out, because I'm about to reveal. Okay folks, I got this bike for $4,500. Now Ruby sold for $3,495. Now I didn't get all of that because the shop has to make something, which is fine with me. I said I wanted $3,000 for the bike, and whatever the shop gets, well, they get that, because let's face it, you got to pay rent, you got to pay electricity, you got to do this, you got to do that, and all sorts of things. So they got to make money, or else they don't stay open. So that means, fellow motovloggers and listeners and subscribers and watchers and all that sort of thing, I got this for $1,500 changeover. Now I think that's a great deal, and yes, I did take a chance. Ruby may not have sold for a while, but would eventually sell. It's not really the time of year to sell bikes. It's the middle of winter or thereof. I think, well, when does winter start? Well, anyway, I think it started. So yeah, I'm lucky in that respect that it's sold. And now I own this bike. I've got to change the rego papers over, which I'll do Tuesday before I have to go in for my next BCG, because I'll probably be too damn crook to do it. Definitely on the Wednesday I wouldn't do it, but Tuesday, yeah. So I've only got until next Thursday to do it, so I will get it done on Tuesday. So yeah, the things I couldn't change over to this bike was the gear shift indicator. That is not compatible with this particular bike, being a electronic fuel injected bike, and it's got the computer at the back and all that sort of thing, even though the other one did as well, but this one's different. So I've got to buy another gear indicator, which is extremely easy to fit, because it goes into your diagnostic port, and then just put it up here where I had the other one on Ruby. So that will be on its way shortly. What else couldn't I had sprockets and that for the other bike, which won't fit this one. They can go to the new owner if they want them, because I talked to them this morning. They asked me a couple of things about the bike, and if they want them, I will put everything that won't go on this bike and that I don't need into a box, take it up to the shop, and the bloke can have it all if he wants it. He may not, I don't know, but anyway, he can. That was a bit of a bonus for the new buyer. There's a bit of a tool screen which was on this one that they can have as well, because I won't be fitting that one again. So they can have that. What else? Oh yeah, as you guys know, I don't know if I've talked about it before, but this has a Musari or something pipe on it. I like it, but it doesn't really suit the rest of the bike because it's black. So I found a Black Widow slip-on pipe, and it was $150 posted. But the person that sold it on eBay said it had only been used for about 5 minutes or whatever. Obviously they decided that they'd sell the bike, and they took that off and put on the original muffler and sold this aftermarket one. Now I've did a bit of research on it, and I think they're about the $369 mark roughly. So if it's in good nick, I don't care if it's been on for 5 minutes or 5 hours, that doesn't worry me, as long as it's in good condition, and it's stainless steel, and I believe it'll look a lot nicer on this bike than this black one. So they're the couple of things I've had to do to this bike, but luckily I've got them at a reasonable price, basically half price for the stainless steel Black Widow muffler. As for the gear indicator, I've got to buy that new. There is an older model one for sale on eBay, but that's $120, but it doesn't do what the new one does, which I'm hoping to get for a lot less than retail price, because John is trying to help me out a bit, because I couldn't use the other one, and I should be able to get that at cost price. Plus he actually found another basically a wholesaler that he can deal with for these types of parts if people want them. He's got another distributor that he can use. As for the Speedo healer, the Speedo healer does connect into this bike. That's not a problem at all. So not hard to fit, it's just a little bit awkward where it's got to plug into, but I'll get around that somehow and get that on when I can. The tailpiece on this bike, someone's the best I can describe it is someone's cut the tongue off to make it look like more like a tail tidy. And personally, I might be old-fashioned, I don't know, I don't care. I like the standard look, and you get less splash up when you go through water or whatever. So I found one on eBay for $55 plus postage, which is I think about $18, and I intend on fitting that to make it standard again. I've had to look at some YouTube videos. This is where YouTube comes in very handy, and someone has actually put a tail tidy on, so they show you how to take the original back piece off where it holds your number plate and all that sort of thing, and a little bit tricky, but it's definitely doable even for me. So that's where I'm at. I've had to spend a little bit on this, but that's okay, I don't mind. It's not too much, and I've got some good deals on some good second-hand stuff, so I'm very pleased, which I'll get done in time. So yeah, this is Bandit Nev on Smoky, the Suzuki Bandit, bidding you all a very, 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 very safe riding. I just thought I'd let you know that Ruby sold today, this morning, and until next time, cheers for now.